I don't see us, does that matter?
Admin?
Will you admit?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, my bad.
All right. Welcome, everyone. I am now going to call to order the Select Board meeting of Monday, December 16th, 2024 at 7:01 PM. We are delighted that everyone is here tonight with us, and we are going to try to have a whirlwind meeting. It's going to
She
be
looks at me when she says that.
I'm just looking down. I'm just looking generally down the table. We are joined in the room with both Bills and Rosie and myself. There is a chance that Tom will join us by phone at some point, and if he does, we will announce his presence, in which case we'll move to a roll call vote. But with that in mind, I will start with our announcements and board openings. Everybody's favorite part of the meeting. We have 2 associate openings on the Council on Aging. We have 1 opening on the Cultural Council. For the Hamilton Development Corporation, we have 1 opening for a 3-year term. And on the Historic District Commission, we have 2 openings for 3-year terms, 2 openings for 2-year terms, 1 of which must be a resident of the Historic District and 1 must be a resident realtor. And we still have 1 at-large opening on the Human Rights Commission. As always, if you're interested in getting involved, we would love for you to be involved, so reach out and let us know how we can encourage you to join one of our boards and committees. At this time, I'm going to just quickly ask if there are any updates from the board before we move to our update with Russ. Olson, do you have anything for us?
No, I'm good.
Ms. Kennedy?
Of course I do.
Of course, I love this.
I'll be quick. So, Conservation Commission met last week with their newest member, Nancy Baker, who just needs to be sworn in before she's officially on board. And that's going really well. I think she'll be a great asset to the Conservation Commission. The ZBA had nothing pressing this month. It was just a meeting to sign minutes. COA, we had a great meeting, and there's a holiday party tomorrow sponsored by the Friends of the COA over at the community house, Christmas luncheon, so that's pretty nice. And then finally, just a quick note, I was invited to the American Legion Post yesterday for breakfast with Santa, and I was very impressed that Santa arrived via police escort in our fancy fire truck. It was a great breakfast. I'm very appreciative of having been invited. And that's all for me.
Love that. Thank you, Rosie. Mr. Wilson, anything from you?
The school building committee is meeting this evening, and they're going to vote on submission of the schematic design. So it's at that point in the process. The actual submission is Thursday, the 19th, is the school committee meeting as well, so I'm sure they'll talk about it then. That submission goes to the MSBA as well as DESE. They have until January and February, one has a little longer than the other, I think DESE does, to provide comment and review it. So that's moving along in advance of a vote at our town meeting. HDC has met. I've heard they've agreed upon a financial policy, Wendy, for the meals tax allocation. I'm sure that's something that's probably gone to you or about to you and Joe, and that'll probably hit this board sometime in January to review. So that's about it. I know the school's also working on their budget, as we talked about in our last meeting. I think they're looking to approve a tentative budget on January 2nd. Aggressive with the new
I was
year.
gonna say, that's so aggressive. Good for them.
They're having problems.
And the field project is moving right along. The stands were installed last week. If people haven't been by there, they're starting to begin work on the amenities building. So that's on track for next summer to open up. That's it.
Thank you. 1 second, we're just going to troubleshoot. Are we having technical difficulties?
Sounds like it.
Russ cannot hear us, or we can't hear
He
him?
said he's muffled. It's muffled.
Oh,
Let me see if I do that.
that might cause them to hear me because they're right there, but Hamilton Wenham Cam, friends, we're getting news that the folks that are online were very muffled. They can't hear us. Do you know what that would be?
Are all the mics green?
Mine's
Yes.
green, mine's green.
Yes.
Yes.
Should be able to hear you.
Okay, Virginia, if you're there,
No sound.
we have no sound. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, she doesn't know if I'm saying there's
Oh,
no
it's
sound.
getting writer's cramp.
Computer.
No, not bad. He said.
You can hear us on mine. Okay. Russ, I see that you're back on. Can you hear us?
That would probably be a no.
He's on mute. I'm not sure.
Darcy, I also see you. Are you able to hear us?
It could be.
Should I
Quick
unmute
meeting.
this?
Yeah, because you're,
speaker?
because, no, because, yeah, because off the mics, not off the computer.
Oh my God. How many of these are there?
Oh, maybe we just can't hear them? No, they can't hear us either, they said. I got the chief over here telling me. Do you want me to just unmute Joe and see what happens?
This gives me plenty of
Well,
time
if we do
to
that, they're going to
sign.
hear us through the computer.
I want to check them later to make sure they're all
Please,
same.
yes, would you?
It's not better.
Is Joe en route or just,
No, he's still
Not gonna
traveling.
make it.
he is, okay, yeah, that's a long drive.
Russ, is that any better?
No.
They're all green.
I think it's just you can't hear them
Oh,
talking through the, you have to put your volume up, I think.
But it shouldn't be coming out of the computer. We usually hear people up here.
Oh, it might be on that box
Oh.
possibly. Try that.
Let me, with no experience, figure this out, by all means. Do we have a key?
It was open. Maybe it fell off.
Okay. Okay, Russ Stevens, can you hear us?
Can you hear us now?
Where it says input, should I be hitting mic right here?
You'd like a degree.
I'm busy
Russ,
signing.
can you hear me when I talk into a mic right here?
Oh, that's not good.
Note on the screen, even there says not hearing anything, turn up volume.
Maybe that's telling her computer that.
Can you just unmute and talk through your computer and just see if they can hear you?
Okay. No, we can't hear you. Okay, hold on. All right, we're looking.
I think they want my update again. My update, they want to hear it again, that's all this is.
Russ is talking, but I can't hear him.
Is it possible to sign these many things?
Oh, my word. Okay, can you hear us now? Russ?
Russ, you cannot hear us, is that true?
No, we can't, so we can't hear him here, he's talking. We cannot hear him here. No.
Maybe that button on Zoom that says turn up volume,
Well, that's for this computer.
which is
Is it? So try turning up. Hold on one second. Let's.
This volume? This is the volume you want me to turn up? That's supposed to be off.
Russ, can you try talking to us now?
All right.
Okay, that's only coming through the computer here, though.
Oh,
Hey, Caroline, would you let Bill know I do not want to hear his update again, though?
Oh, thanks.
So you guys can hear us through the mics?
it's in the
Now
closet.
I lost you off the computer.
Oh, great.
Unmute you.
Okay, so put that back on input on the top. Yeah, hit input, okay.
Now through the computer.
Okay, can you hear me through a microphone now? Okay.
No, we can't hear you.
We're working on the output volume. In the meantime, does anybody know why
I'm exhausted.
you never catch elephants hiding in trees?
Writer's cramp. Just
Because they're so good at it.
any of those that I did not sign, and you
I'll
just
send it back.
throw it back.
Doing my best here, Russ. Doing my best. Can you go back to your audio?
Where's my,
Where? Ooh.
Now we want to shut that off, probably.
It's because the mic's right there.
ah,
Oh, there's the volume. Ross, can you talk?
Test 1, 2, test 1, 2.
Still only through the,
Sound output.
Yeah.
Yo, this is supposed to be off.
Yeah, it is. Window, where's the control? Window control V.
that computer's not controlling.
All right, Russ, try it again.
Test 1, 2, test 1, 2.
Wait, we can hear him. Want to just go through that computer audio?
Well, I think the problem is people at home may not be able to hear.
Well, they can hear him.
They can hear him. It's just whether y'all will be able to hear from over
I'll be
there.
able to hear him. I think we're fine.
Yep, I can hear.
Okay. We are going,
Hang up now.
for now, we're going to continue this meeting in this fashion. So we'll be listening. We're going to find out that everything was writing on that cord, and the second you plug it in.
Oh, good.
Okay, fine. Okay. We're not going to have Bill repeat his public comment, even though it was thrilling. Last thing, I just want to give a shout out to a number of folks gathered online to express their jubilation about the first ever publication of the Hamilton Wyndham News. Folks were beside themselves with joy and delight. I think there were like 160 comments on one of the posts online about people just being delighted to see a local paper again and to hold it in their hands. So I know that was a labor of love. We're all delighted to continue to see you bring, delightfully unbiased news and sports editing to the town.
We're going to get that hard-hitting news. right?
Hard-hitting news. I mean, there was some pretty legit stuff in there. With that said, we do have Russ Stevens here joining us for a department head report on the Hamilton Police Department and some upcoming items for us to take care of. Russ, welcome.
First, you all set?
Yes, we're just going to make you a little louder.
People are trying to quiet me up.
No, not tonight.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
So first and foremost, I just want to thank everyone. When I had the death of my son 2 months ago, everyone that reached out, the cards, the text, it meant a lot to me and my family. So thank you all for that. And switching gears to go to good news, this past Saturday we had our annual toy drive. And I got to say, every year it's overwhelming the amount of people that come out during the holidays and drop off gifts for the less fortunate. We had a van full of gifts that went to Shriners Hospital for children that can't be home this holiday coming up for Christmas. So it's a heartfelt thanks. I thank everyone again for that as well. We have some new faces within the police departments, and we have some new hires with Steve Trepanier retiring, and we promoted Rebecca Donovan. This stuff is in monthly reports, the town manager's reports as well. But we have some new faces, so for anyone that sees these new faces, please go up to the police office and introduce yourself. We are a community policing oriented department in that whole department. We love to see people come into the departments. I always open up the department. If you would ever like a tour, or you would like a tour of the department, please stop at any time. The main reason Joe asked me to come here this evening, as some of you may know, I announced my retirement after 15 and a half years as being police chief. I decided that it's time to create more growth in the department and move on. And with my department, the people will grow. And I gotta say, I had a great career with the Hamilton PD. The residents of Hamilton, the select board members, the town managers I've worked for, all the way back to Candace Brewer, the town administrators, and nothing was fabulous. The town employees that I've worked with, the department heads that I've worked with, and nothing was fabulous. 15 and a half years that I've been here, and thank each and every one of you for everything you've given and the teamwork that we've had over the years. Part of what Joe wants me to talk about is going to be the process. And it's a 5-phase process to replace my position. So we just want to talk about that for a little bit. And if anyone has any questions, please just ask. So when myself, Joe, and the town, human resource director met to discuss what the process is. So the process we use is a 5-phase process. The first thing we have to do is through the benefits package. So it's a job description that's created using information from the town. The job description will be published for a minimum of 30 days. We push the job description out to Massachusetts Police Association, which reaches out to several thousand members. We also push it out to the Massachusetts Women in Law Enforcement. We also push it out to the Senior Police Officers Association. So that will stay out there for 30 days. At the end of the 30 days, they have to, a potential candidate, send in their application as well as their resume in a one-page cover letter. We send that into HR. We look at the resumes, we rate the resumes. On the resume, there are several different ways we look at what the current rank is, how long they have on. We push this out, we're looking for an individual who has a minimum rank of lieutenant, who has at least 10 years experience and 5 years of administrative experience. We want an individual that has a minimum of a bachelor's degree, preferably a master's degree. We want an individual who has a math license barrier in sport and attainment, as well as a Massachusetts driver license. We need an individual that's going to pass a psychological examination, as well as a medical examination and a thorough background check. So all that is going to be in the job announcement. For the job announcement comes in, the application comes in, rather, we'll review the resume and see which candidates will move forward to the phase. The next phase is response to written essay questions. The written essay questions are questions that are based on the town. Any candidate should be doing their homework as it pertains to the town. So next phase for the written essay questions will be questions based on the town, questions based on modern day policing, and questions based on being a police chief in today's society, as well as specifically Hamilton, Massachusetts. We also look at their written communication skills when we get the responses back to the essay questions. You're not looking for an English major, we're not looking for English participles, but you have to have someone who has the ability to write. So we look for that as well. Massachusetts is unique as it pertains to our laws and customs, and with our post commission, we want someone who's going to develop questions that also talk about this as well. We then, after the written response to essay questions, we'll call that list down again. And then after that, it's going to be oral interview questions. And the oral interview questions are a separate set of questions, and we look at their oral communication skills as well as their knowledge of the community. What do they know about the community? How are their oral communication skills? And we also ask questions in response to the prior statement, which is the written questions, their written response. And then after that, it's the in-person assessment center. So we'll be looking at 3 to 4 finalists who take part in the formal assessment center, which will be done at the town, in-town itself. The assessment center is a 4-day process. It's a formal assessment center. And at the assessment center, they're going to be evaluated by a team of outside subject matter experts, chiefs that are trained to do assessment centers, chiefs that have been seated chiefs for a period of time and know what it's like to be a chief in our size town. I gotta say, it's about the skill set, but it's also about the right fit too. And I've worked in a small department, I've worked in a large department, and it's about the fit. For our community, I can tell you it has to be the right fit. In the assessment center, where in the process, we follow strict guidelines that we're looking for. We look for what we call knowledge, skills, ability, personal fit. Knowledge, skills, ability, personal fit. Those are the things that we look for. After the assessment center, in each phase, we pull down the list more and more. After that, we come to the last phase, where the town manager conducts his interview, and then he presents the final candidate in front of you, the board, and to be interviewed in the final interview. That town manager puts his appointment up in front of you, but you have to confirm it. Once the position is confirmed and the interview is done, then the candidate will sign off a conditional letter of employment that's going to be given to the candidate. After the candidate gets a conditional letter, then you can start engaging in your contract negotiations, and that and once the conditional letter is signed, then we can start doing You're looking for someone that has some knowledge about budgeting. You're looking for someone that has some knowledge about managing people. You're looking for someone who has some knowledge on community policing and certain community events. You're looking for someone who knows what an accredited police department is. We have a fully accredited police department. We've been accredited since 2012, so we want someone that's aware and knows how to manage an accredited police department as well. I will say that, and I'm not saying it because I'm at the helm, but I will say that when we turn the keys over, when I turn the keys over to this position, we have a good fleet, we have a good budget, we have good officers, we have officers that know our department, we have officers that are connected to the community. So who's ever fortunate enough to get this position, and I do mean that wholeheartedly, fortunate enough to get the position, all we have to do is take it to the next level. So I've taken it to my level, we need to take it to their next level. So that, in a nutshell, that's the phase of the 5 There was a written communication phase, written essays, deliberation phase, the assessment center phase, and then the town manager interview, and then finally the town manager puts his candidate in front of you all interview the candidate and decide whether you're going to confirm or not confirm that candidate. In the interim there's a commencement letter, a conditional letter that goes to the candidate. Once the conditional letter is signed, then we do the psych, the medical, and the background investigation and stuff, and negotiate.
So with the 30 days,
Questions for me?
can you hear me, Russ? Oh, can you hear me?
I can't. Hopefully you heard all that.
We did, yeah. It's just the mics aren't working now. So the 30 days for the announcement and the waiting period, and then you take resumes, and then the culling sort of starts. What is the total timeline from now until you think that we'll have a presentation of a final candidate?
So if we put it out, the only thing that hurts us right now is the holidays.
Right.
So I'm going to push it out probably, I want to push it out January 1st, 30 days, push it to the end of January or February 1. Once we get the resumes, the first week we'll go through the resumes, pulse the resumes, narrow the pool down. I'm expecting anywhere 25 to 30, plus or minus 5 in that range of candidates. And so each phase we come it down, I would say February or March. I would say by the middle of March, if everything moves right along without any hiccups, middle of March, end of March, we should be having candidates. I mean, we can speed it up as long as everything's firing and everyone's where it needs to be, and we can get it done probably by the middle of March.
Okay.
Trying to get rid of this so soon?
No. I just wasn't certain if, with all the psychological tests and the dangling participles, if, this was going to be sometime in July. It's my understanding that we do not have a intradepartmental candidate. That is correct?
So, we did, but after I announced I was going to retire, Scott James also announced that he wants to retire as well. We both have 41 years in uniform thereabouts. Scott's been at the same department for 41 years, and he feels that it's time for him to move on to the promote this department. So he would have been the succession plan. We had a succession plan in place. Steve Trepanier retired. Scott James now is announced, Captain James is announced that he would like to retire as well. Scott will stay on to help transition the next candidate in. You really need someone like Scott James. Scott James is a wealth of knowledge. He's good at his craft. He's a great supervisor and a great boss. And Scott's someone that just the candidate's going to need someone to transition him or into the position. So they're going to need on Scott. So Scott has agreed to stay several months after the candidate has been appointed and hired in the seat to help train up the candidate. And then he's slowly going to trip off of this well.
And do we do any sort of similar search for captain, or is that process completely different?
That process is different. That's an internal process because captains will come from the kitchen department.
Okay.
So that's an internal promotional process, which we have a policy on, which is different from doing an external process. For the chief's position, we're doing an external process. For the captain's position, that comes within that internal process. Different process.
Anybody else have any questions or thoughts about You probably have to come down here because the audio's coming from the computer, but.
Just when is Chief Stevens leaving?
Chief Stevens, do you have a departure date in mind?
My last day will be June 30th.
Okay. And then Scott will stay on for
30th.
several months after that?
Yeah, and Scott you're saying Scott will stay beyond June?
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
All right. Well, as grateful as we are that you have this process well in hand, we're certainly sorry that you're leaving us, but we trust you'll find us someone good, Rouse. No pressure, but
So the one thing I will do is, when I tell you the town is nothing but good to me and my family, the town is fine with my family, the police officer is fine with my family. I would never leave that department or any of you or the Hamiltonians. You accepted me 15.5 years ago, a stranger from Connecticut. I would never leave you in the list. I will make sure you get a good candidate.
Recording in progress.
Oh, we're on.
oh. Russ, will you speak?
You got a reverb there, but say it again?
Okay, hold on. Hold on one second. So mute your Zoom. Okay.
And mute your speaker.
They can, I think they can hear us, but we now can't hear them.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Yes.
It's fixed, it's fixed.
Woohoo!
Okay, Russ, talk again. Sing a song.
Really? You don't want to hear that?
It's a weird audio, though. It's
Yeah,
like-
we can hear them, Bill, but it sounds like he's in a well.
In a well?
At the bottom of it, in fact.
Or in a cave.
Coming out of his.
Have any speaker on a microphone, right?
Nothing.
So, I missed one thing being way down here, and maybe we can answer the question internally, but who is the "we" that selects the candidate, interviews a candidate? Who's on that? Who's that? Who are those people? Is it?
It sounds like there's a panel so Russ starts it, and then there's a panel of other chiefs that also review it. Is that true?
So the panel of chiefs does the assessment center. We give the ranking of the final candidates is given to Joe. The town manager interviews, the town manager puts up his candidate to the select board. The select board has to either confirm or not confirm Joe's appointment.
Okay. Did you get that?
Well, I think-
It is, but it's.
I think he
it's
was
still- I think we
asking
need to
about
define what
this-
that process.
The selection committee
Like, is it an executive meeting? I just want to understand that.
Oh, like, does it come to
We don't need to do
us?
it tonight, but I just want to understand the process. Like, how many meetings do we need to have? Is it executive board? Like, it's not just one meeting, so.
But my understanding is that we, being the select board, are not part of that culling down process. We're presented with the candidate once it's gone through the chief and the assessing board and Joe. Is that correct?
Right, so under the town manager, the strong town manager statute, Joe has to put his candidate up to you. You have to interview the candidate at the end, and then you'll either confirm or not confirm Joe's selection.
Right, but I think. Russ, can you hear me?
I can, Rosie, go ahead.
Hi. Just the question, I think, about the selection committee, is that you, and who else is that along with you who goes through the resumes and then culls down to a final number?
If that's going to happen, Joe needs to tell me who his selection committee is going to be. Right now, it's myself. It wouldn't, right now, it's myself, it's Joe, it's the HR director. I don't know if he's appointed anyone else to do that, but the final confirmation of the candidate is the board. By the strong town manager statute, he puts the candidate in front of you all. You make the final decision to appoint or not to appoint his candidate.
So we haven't gone through this process in a long time, so that's what I'm trying to
Yes.
make
Yeah,
sure
no,
we
that makes sense.
think about. We haven't gone through it in a long time, right? So I just want to make sure we define it, understand, go through the right steps in the right order. So I think when Joe gets back, he can maybe put a calendar to it and a number of meetings that it will take, just so we align. I think it's important that we do it the right way.
Yeah, but it sounds like to me, we don't have anything to do with it.
No.
We have to interview them at the end.
But like Joe brings them
Right,
to us and
right.
says this, I mean, we've now spent 90 days vetting this person, and now, do you accept them or not? It's not like they bring us 3.
I just want to double check that. It doesn't
Oh,
make
okay.
perfect sense to me, but
Got
that's
it,
not how it's
okay.
usually gone, so
Got it.
just want to make sure, I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. Usually we have, Joe brings us more into the loop than just waiting to the end, but let's wait till Joe tells us. But I think, but once again, sorry to see Chief Stevens go, so we want to do our best to vet out the next candidate.
Sure.
Big shoes. Anything else?
No, just thank you for the last 15 and a half years. You did an awesome job, set the bar really high. And in advance, I thank you for all the work over the next 3 months to backfill your big shoes.
Thank you, Bill, I appreciate that. I truly do.
We all echo that. Thank you for those words, Bill.
Yes.
Hope you get some time with the family. I know this is going to be a difficult one, but I hope you have some good time with the family over the holidays, and we'll see you in January for this selection process.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you very much, all. Enjoy your
Thank
evening.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Looks like there's quite a few vacancies out there for police chiefs.
I'm going to become one.
Essex.
Well, right, because.
I'm completely unqualified. All right.
That's why.
Yeah, I'm leaving this. We now will quickly have public comment. As a reminder, public comment is 3 minutes on a topic that is not on the agenda. If your topic is on the agenda, I ask that you please wait until your topic is raised, at which point we will take your comment. That said, is there anyone here in the room or online who has a public comment?
Sure.
Awesome. Next is our consent agenda. We have 3 items here. They are each approval of minutes. They have minutes from August 19th, the minutes from October 21st, and the minutes from November 18th. Are there any adjustments or amendments to any of those minutes that were presented in the packet?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Consent agenda passes. And now on to our core agenda. First item is an update of the annual town election calendar and ballot openings with our very own Corinne Kale.
Good evening, everyone. Corinne Kale, Town Clerk. Nice to see everyone. Thanks for the opportunity to be on the agenda. Tonight, I'm here for 3 reasons. First, to provide information about the April 10th, 2025 town election calendar. Second, to identify the positions that will be on the ballot. And third, to give you and anybody listening some additional information about other related upcoming initiatives out of the clerk's office. So April 10th, 2025 is the election. It seems kind of sort of far away, but it's really not. And a lot of the deadlines that clerks need to build into their calendar have to do with state law. So one of the key dates there is nomination papers that come back in are due to us 49 days before an election. So that's how we build the election calendar. All that being said, nomination papers will be available Monday, January 13th, and are due back Thursday, February 20th. And as was the requirement last year, Hamilton papers require 37 signatures. That number is different in every community. For us, it's 37, and 40 for the school committee. Again, they're due back February 20th. The last day to object or withdraw is Monday, March 10th. So candidates still have a little bit of time to make their final decision. And then I literally order the ballots the next day on Tuesday, March 11th. And on that note regarding the ballot, and I'll look at Bill Wilson especially regarding the school committee, because any ballot question language that's going to be included on that ballot is due to the clerk by March 6th. Again, that's law, 35 days before the election. So, and that has to be voted on by the select board prior to that. And I think on the ATM calendar, we have to double check some of those dates, because right now, the last version I had showed you voting on that language after March 6th, which I will continue to monitor. And Bill, the schools definitely, I think the language comes very much from the process. Nobody's really creating it. But obviously for school committee to vote on it and get it to the select board, and then to me by March 6th to include it on, okay? Second reason I'm here is what positions are going to be on that ballot. So we will have 11 positions on the ballot this year. 2 expiring terms on the select board, Caroline and Tom. The town moderator, it's a 1-year term, so that's always on the ballot. Board of Assessors is a 3-year term, and there's 1 on the ballot. Chris Campbell is up for re-election. Planning Board this year has 3 on the ballot. They don't always have 3, it's usually 2, but this is the one year they have 3. So Emil Dahlquist, Beth Herr, and Bill Wheaton are all up for reelection. Again, those are 3-year terms. On the Hamilton-Wenham Board of Library Trustees, the one Hamilton position is up for reelection this year. That's Jane Kuzel. 3 on the school committee this year. And as we know, in school committee, they're not earmarked or dedicated per town. They're all at large, and there are 3. The individuals who are up for reelection are Amy Kuhnberger, I can never say her name right, Kuhnberger from Hamilton, and then David Frankel and David Polito, both from Wenham. All this information will be on my webpage, hopefully even tomorrow, shortly thereafter. The other thing I just want to raise with you, so you're well aware, is regarding the Housing Authority. There is a position up for reelection. But there was a law passed in 2020 that mandated that one member of the Housing Authority Board be a tenant board member, appointed by the town, which means appointed by the Select Board. Hamilton has had a waiver from that requirement because there was an elected member, Joanne Copeland, who was a tenant. So we are able to get a waiver from that until her term is up. So now that her term is up, we are required to move that elected position to an appointed position. As a result of that, the 5-member board will be 1 appointed by the governor, 3 elected, and now 1 tenant member appointed by the town. So I am actively working with Jim Holt, the director of the Housing Authority, to get that appointment process in order, so that by April, there is someone who will be appointed by the Select Board.
Chris,
Yes.
Is that for the appointed member, will that also be a 3-year term?
Yes. Oh, no, good question. I will double check that. I think so. My instinct was yes,
Okay.
but I will definitely double check that.
Okay.
Thanks. Good question as usual. So next steps for me with the election is I will be sending emails, if not this week, next week, to all those who are up for reelection and providing them with the election calendar as well as the other important information at that point, most specifically the campaign finance law requirements. Third reason I'm here, just a few other related initiatives. The calendar year 2024 campaign finance year-end report is due January 20th. So all elected officials must file that report regardless of when they were elected. So that's the one even I have to file too. Anybody who is elected has to file that report. So I'll be sending out emails to everybody with the link to what that form is so that we can all comply with that deadline. Next item for me is the 2025 census forms. Will be arriving at about 2,900 residences before the end of the month. The dog license renewal form and the trash schedule, as we've always put in the past, will also be included. In 2024, we had about 2,000 returned, so around 71% are people who just either misplace it or just don't like to fill it out, but I'm hoping we can do better, and given I don't have a presidential primary to work on in the late winter, I think we'll continue to do our best to get more and more people to respond to that. New calendar year 2025 means another round of conflict of interest ethics training for all municipal employees, which includes elected officials, board and committee appointed members. So there's a lot of folks who are subject to that requirement. When the training system went online in 2023, I did have everybody complete the training that's required every 2 years. So even though it probably seems like yesterday that some of us took it, that was 2023, and many of us will be subject to taking the full training again in 2025. And as a reminder to everyone, we all have to take we have to acknowledge the summary of the conflict of interest law every year. It's a little confusing for people. I already did that. Well, no, you did the training piece. You didn't do the acknowledgement piece. So even over the next couple of weeks, I'll still be contacting people who are still not in compliance for calendar year 2024, so that they'll be nice and clean just in time for 2025. So that's it. Any questions on that? Again, I'll post it on my webpage and always available for any questions, so. Okay, Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Corinne. All right. The next item is the approval of the annual license renewals. There are a great many of them. I think there's almost 30 of them in the packet between victualer's license, Class 2 licenses, liquor licenses, retail packaged good licenses, et cetera. So my plan is to go through them, I think, one by one, announce which one it is, what they want. If you want to stop, we can, and just go as fast as we can through them. Does that work for everybody, or was there a different path y'all wanted to go down?
That's fine.
Okay. So let me get back to it. Hold on one second. Did you have a hand in this packet? I did not. Okay, I'm just,
Right here, too.
yeah, well, there's a list, there's a packet right here. So, the first is a common victualer's license to, the American Legion, for the calendar year 2025, ending in 12/31/25. I will entertain a motion, to approve the victualer's license for the American Legion.
So moved?
And second?
All right, any questions or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, awesome. Second one is, I will entertain a motion to approve the common victualer's license for Fox and Fern Holdings, which is doing business as The Post for the calendar year 2025, ending on 12/31/25. Any questions?
So moved.
So moved.
Second?
Second by Bill. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will entertain a motion to approve the common victualer's license for Five Sons Pizza for the calendar year 2025, ending on 12/31/25.
I move for that. My favorite place. I'll second, actually.
Second by Rosie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will entertain a motion to approve the common victualer's license for Leva Donuts LLC, doing business as Dunkin' Donuts for the calendar year 2025, ending on 12/31/25.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I will entertain a motion for the approval of the common victualer's license for Crosby's Market, Inc., doing business as Crosby's Market for the calendar year 2025, ending on 12/31/25.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will entertain a motion to approve the common victualer's license for Ashcar Inc., doing business as Hamilton Convenience Inc. for the calendar year 2025, ending on 12/31/25.
So moved? Second?
An Olson with a Wilson. All in favor?
Olson with the Wilson.
Aye.
Aye.
I will entertain a motion to approve the common victualer's license for Hamilton House of Pizza for the calendar year 2025, ending on 12/31/25.
So moved?
Ooh. I'm giving it to Rosie with an Olson
Rosie likes
second.
it.
All in favor?
Rosie with the Olson.
Aye.
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 I will entertain a motion to approve the common victualer's license for Cumberland Farm, Inc., store number 6747 for the calendar year 2025, ending on 12/31/25.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will entertain a motion to approve the common victualer's license for the Myopia Hunt Club for the calendar year 2025, expiring on 12/31/25.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will entertain a motion to approve the common victualer's license for the Weather Vane Tavern, Inc., doing business as the Weather Vane Tavern for the calendar year 2025, ending on 12/31/25.
So, mo-
Second.
It was a Rosie with an Olson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will entertain a motion to approve the common victualer's license for the Community House, Inc., for the calendar year 2025, ending on 12/31/25.
So moved?
second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will entertain a motion to approve the common victualer's license for Indigo Restaurant Corporation, doing business as 15 Walnut for the calendar year 2025, ending on 12/31/25.
So moved?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will entertain a motion to grant a common victualer's license to Turnbuckle LLC, doing business as Honeycomb for the calendar year 2025, ending on 12/31/25.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will entertain a motion to approve the common victualer's license for A&M Motors, Inc., doing business as A&M Convenience for the calendar year 2025, ending on 12/31/25.
So moved?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will entertain a motion to approve the common victualer's license for the General Store for the calendar year 2025, ending on 12/31/25.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, we have gotten through those. We are now going to move on to the Class 2 license.
You can read them all together, but unless you really want to do them one by one.
No, I don't. I just didn't know,
You
they,
can.
Is there a list of the very?
I couldn't find a singular list, so I was just going,
This is in the beginning of
It's
the
in the
packet.
here. I thought it was in
It's right there,
where?
Right here.
Right there, right there.
right here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We just did those. Where's the,
So when you do these, that's, wait, this is,
this is on
that's
premise.
liquor, when you do the liquor
Yep.
license. So do we sign these?
Yeah, the only question I have on liquor, hold on one second. So Honeycomb applied for victular, I probably said it wrong the whole time.
Victualers,
Liquor, which includes sale and restaurant, and I just want to make sure, remember we had this conversation with them last year that once they opened the restaurant, they weren't going to sell for off-premise? Do y'all remember that?
I was not.
Let me just look real fast.
yes, I remember that, but there was some loophole, and I'm not sure when that loophole expires.
Are they COVID related or?
Yeah, it was, but they extended that to be able to sell and serve.
All
So
right,
they-
great.
So they were wrapped up, but I don't know when that expires. As a,
All right, so I'm happy to group all of the liquor licenses together. So entertain a motion to approve the following liquor licenses for the calendar year 2025, ending on 12/31/25. Myopia Hunt Club, Weather Vane Tavern, the American Legion AP Gardner Post 194, 15 Walnut Tavern, operating with Indigo Restaurant Corp., The Post with Fox and Fern Holdings LLC, Honeycomb with Turnbuckle LLC, Community Package Store, the Markle Corp., Crosby's Marketplace, Crosby's Market, Hamilton Convenience Inc., Asbar Inc., A&M Convenience, A&M Motors Inc., Harrigan's of Hamilton, Harrigan's JK Inc.
So moved.
second. Second.
All in favor?
I just have a comment.
Yes.
Regarding the A&M Motors, the name of the principal, his address is listed as a PO box, and we should have an actual address. The other license applications all have address, and a PO box is not an address.
Okay. Do you want to pull the license out for that reason?
Well, I think, we should have an address. Other than that, if we got an actual physical address, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
So that's the only comment. The others are fine.
Okay. Did you make note of that? Awesome. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye, sorry.
Great.
So sorry.
No, it's okay. Next is entertainment licenses. I will entertain a motion to approve the entertainment licenses for the American Legion AP Gardner Post 194 and 15 Walnut Tavern.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, we have the Class 2 license. I will entertain a motion to approve the Class 2 license for A&M Motors.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Let me just confirm.
I'm concerned there were 17.
Yeah.
You only did 15.
Yep, that's why I was gonna go back through this. Just a moment.
So is-
It's the Meadowbrook Farms and the Hamilton House of Pizza new owners. So the Hamilton House has a victualer's license here, but then we show that they have another one here for the new owners. Why would that be the case? It shows that we got a victualer's license from Hamilton House of Pizza on the 11/25. They paid $50, and then they reapplied on 11/26 and paid another $50. So they now have dual license applications.
They're for the calendar year, so they may have to pay a portion of 1 year, and then they renew, but because it's a calendar year, that's not sure. I think they all expire on the same date.
24, and then they're paying for 25? Is that
Just don't know how to work.
Let me just. All right, well, just to be safe,
Yeah, they did.
so I will entertain a motion to approve the common victualer's license for Meadowbrook Farms and the Hamilton House of Pizza under the new ownership.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, let me just confirm. So we did liquor license, we did class 2, we did victualers, we did entertainment. Weekday. Okay, that looks to be everything.
So I would say I would make, so there's 4 follow-ups, right? So do we want to make a motion that Joe's follows the stuff up before issuing the license, or how do you want to memorialize the 4 issues we came up with, right? So one is, I make a motion that Joe get feedback on the following 4 items before issuing the specific licenses to, 1, to A&M Motors to get a new license, I mean, a street address, not a PO address. 2, to find out what the owners of the new Hamilton House of Pizza, why they're duplicate licenses. The third one was,
Meadowbrook.
that was the Meadowbrook.
Honeycomb?
Oh, yeah, find out from Honeycomb when the dual liquor license expires. And the fourth one is find out why Treat does not have a Victor's license.
That's a good question.
We want to second that motion?
I'll second. That's good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. I also would like to point out that in here, there is a license for public entertainment on Sundays. But we also have weekday and Sunday.
For the post?
So I just want to make sure that we confirm that when we approved the entertainment licenses, they covered both the weekday and Sunday and the public entertainment on Sunday. I don't know why they're listed separately, but they are. Well, I just, again, because we were doing them one by one, and then we switched to this list, but this list doesn't match the ones that are in here. So if you see, look, this one says a weekday and Sunday entertainment license. And then this one says weekday, Sunday, and this one says a public entertainment on Sunday only.
That's strange.
But it could just be that it's all subsumed in the same.
Maybe they're only asking for that, but it's really part of the whole.
Yeah, that's fine.
application.
Okay, I think we did it right. But, okay.
So does the town have a deadline to do anything with
Well,
these, or
they,
They had to by the 30th.
well, their current licenses all expire on the December 31st of this year. So they have to have them in hand by next year. Virginia, did you have a question?
Yes, it was this section, and so I waited for the question for this section. On your packet, underneath all the minutes that you reviewed, the third page down after that is for an alcohol control commission, and there's a line down below that says seasonal population increase estimation form, and then they have a list of how to list estimated increase in population. I assume it's for summertime. What's that doing on an alcohol control commission form? What do you use it for? Why is it there? You know, any information give me. I'm curious.
So I couldn't be 100% sure, but I don't know that it technically applies in our town because, as I recall, when we allow patio seating, we do not allow an increase in occupancy under the liquor license. We just have them remove seats from the indoor and count that head count to the outdoor. I believe that that's what I remember from when we did it for 15 Walnut. But it's probably true that in some municipalities, you can increase your overall capacity if you have dedicated outdoor seating. But it doesn't apply to us.
So that would be connected to how many people come here for the summertime only. It would increase your population.
Yes.
And if you have the number of seats
Yeah,
You
so
said
like if
alcohol would be based on a
if your
proportion
indoor
in the-
capacity was, yeah, if your
for the
indoor capacity was
population.
50, but you had a patio that could seat 30, it would put your overall capacity at 80. But that's not how we do it in Hamilton. If you have a capacity of 50 and you want to put 30 seats outside, then we tell you you have 20 seats inside and 30 seats outside to maintain your 50.
I do understand how we figured it out. I still don't see any connection to more people coming to stay at Asbury Grove for, July and August.
Oh, you're saying it's a population for the town?
Yes, seasonal population increase, estimation form. I assumed underneath it they were talking about people, not
Oh, I see
seats.
what you're saying. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Am I wrong? I could be wrong. I don't know, that's why I'm asking.
I'm guessing it would apply to whomever is requesting a license. I think, Caroline, your interpretation is, yeah, because it's Alcoholic Beverages Control Commission, and it's part of a general application, right?
Yeah, we do not know for sure, but I'm happy to ask Joe if he knows.
Curiosity killed the cat. I don't want to die.
No, I know, well, it could also
If
be
you
something
can,
that was
thank you.
established
If
in
you can't, you can't,
1952, and we just keep doing it because it's in the form. All right, with that, we will move to our next agenda item. This is a quick one. We approved the select board meeting calendar, but it turned out that we approved a meeting on Veterans Day. So we just need to vote to amend Patriots Day. Sorry, what did I say? Veterans Day.
Veterans Day.
I meant Patriots Day. We need to vote to amend the select board meeting calendar. And I believe it's now going to be on Tuesday. Is that the case? It's in here, one second. Yeah, so it was going to be Monday, April 21st. The question is if we would like to move it to Tuesday, April 22nd, or if we wanted to have back-to-back week meetings on the, what is it, the 28th and the 5th?
Tuesday's fine with me.
Tuesday's fine with me also.
Okay. So I will entertain a motion to move the Monday, April 21st, 2025 Select Board meeting to Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025.
Sorry. That's for April break.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a
Yeah, I
light.
will not be here, so I should not comment.
I will no longer be on the board, so I also will not comment.
Well, I'm happy to just move it to Tuesday.
Tuesday, let's make it Tuesday.
Okay.
I make a motion to change the April 21st meeting to April 22nd.
Second.
Any additional questions, comments, concerns, or queries?
That is April vacation week.
Yep.
There's a good chance I will not be here either.
Well,
But we
You
can
can
always
call
move
in,
it.
Bill,
I know.
wherever you are. Bill,
Sure, I
just
could do
dial in.
that, that's true.
The other thing is that, as we learned, it's not easy, but a meeting can be held at any time of day. It doesn't have to be in the evening.
right.
And if you have
And as we get closer, if we needed to amend the date, that
Right.
would be okay as well.
Yeah, the call-in makes it easy, so.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
so 22nd.
Okay, the next is to approve the letter to the planning board confirming the authority of the fire chief and recreation director to represent the town on proposed building projects. This letter is in your packet. Oh, look, my name is on, my name is on it. I'm happy to do a dramatic reading, or if folks have seen it, I won't do a dramatic reading.
I've seen it, but
seen it.
maybe others have not. It's not a long letter.
Is it regarding a certain project or just? in
Yes.
general?
It's the antique
Yes.
Model T fire
Happened at the
engine.
planning board meeting last week.
Just want to ascertain that Ray Burnett, Fire Chief, has the authority to submit the application for the Model T building. And this letter confirms that. It's not a long letter, if you'd like Caroline to read it.
The only question I have.
Also, though, the discussion at the planning board meeting, something happened?
Yeah, there wasn't a question on where it was going or anything. Was there any debate on anything?
There was some.
There was some,
There was
yeah.
some discussion about it, but it's a site plan review, so it's, can be conditioned, but not denied. And the location, they will probably continue to have discussion tomorrow at the planning board meeting, so stay tuned.
So this is helping the cause.
Yes, exactly. It just gives Ray the authority to bring the application forward formally to the planning board.
Yes.
But why is it and recreation director?
Oh, that's a separate issue.
The pavilion at the Patton.
The Patton Homestead Pavilion.
All right.
So moved.
Great,
Second.
great. Any additional conversation? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Caroline, will you just make sure that that gets signed and
Yes.
faxed over to, or sent over to the planning board for
Is it
tomorrow
in-
night's meeting?
I didn't see it in there.
Do you want me to just pull this out and sign it?
That would be wonderful.
Okay. I will do that just in just a moment.
Marnie
Thank
has
you
it.
so much. Exactly.
So the next item is the approve the authorizing y'all, what is going on? Approve the authorizing resolution for financing of the energy efficiency project for the town, for the Hamilton Town Hall. Yeah, yeah,
Wendy, we've already been over that at the, several weeks ago, right? We
Yes.
talked about that? Okay, it just like a reiteration or confirmation of
Well,
that?
this is at the point where we're ready to close, and so now Joe's seeking your approval to sign on behalf of Hamilton,
Okay.
to move forward with
Right,
this.
I talked to Joe on it, I'm okay with it, but I'm not sure if need for the discussion, but I've talked to Joe, it makes sense what we're, he just
Okay.
needs permission to be the signature.
We did go through it. None of
Yeah.
the lease payments, nothing changed relative to the,
No.
I didn't think so. I went through it. It looks
Yep.
the same.
all right, so I will entertain a motion to approve the authorizing resolution for financing of the energy efficiency project for Hamilton Town Hall.
Second, so moved.
Second.
Any additional discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I do want to go back because I agree with you that we said it, but we didn't make a formal motion.
Right.
So I just want to, I would entertain a motion to confirm that the motion related to the planning board letter was to confirm the authority of the fire chief and recreation director to represent the town on proposed building projects.
So moved.
Second.
Yep.
All in favor? Aye. Does that, I feel like
That's good, yeah.
We
I think
crossed
had to-
those.
We had to clarify that.
Yeah.
Virginia's raising her hand.
Virginia, how can we help you?
I was interested in finding out how the recreational director found himself in a position of approving buildings.
So it's specifically the projects proposed in the letter, which is he is helping, because the Patton Homestead now falls under the purview of the Recreation Department in some aspects. He is lending his authority to that building project to help move the Joanna Patton home pavilion
He's not
project forward.
approving it, he's just representing the
Yeah,
application.
representing the application, not, yeah.
Yes, he's not approving anything, he's just representing the application in front of the approval boards.
Yes.
Well, the letter, and I didn't review just what you said, that with the chief of police, they had down on the letter for him to approve also. But it sounds like it's not really so much approval as they're both being given permission and wanting to do the application, applying to do the work, as opposed to saying that this building is good, we agree with it as an authority. Oh,
Is the concern that you feel like the four corners of their authority is not well established?
Does the letter say approve, or does it say?
The letter says, Confirm that Raymond Burnett, in his capacity as fire chief of the Hamilton Fire Department, is an authorized representative of the select board and the town with regard to the proposed project to construct an exhibition garage for the town of Hamilton's antique Model T fire engine on land in front of the Hamilton Safety Building.
All right, so there's nothing about approval. What about the other one?
That's been
It
approved.
says, similarly, Recreation Director Sean Timmons, who is working with the Director of Public Works, Tim Olson, and the Friends of the Patton Homestead, is authorized to represent the Select Board and the town with regard to the proposed pavilion at the rear of the town's property at Patton Homestead at 650
Yeah,
Asbury.
so he's just the applicant party. He's not approving anything. He's just representing us at the application.
Yeah, because
process.
typically the Select Board could go before those bodies and represent these projects, but we are assigning them as proxy,
But it still needs to be approved and reviewed by
the Planning Board.
the planning board and building department, whoever else.
Look at you lurking back there, Tim. Welcome.
He's hiding.
I understand, it's just, the way it was written, I thought they were giving them more authority over selection of whether to build or not, or whether to.
No, the projects have already been approved by the Select Board, and the funding models have already been approved, and even the projects themselves are mostly approved. It's really just getting them formally in front of the Planning Board for site plan review.
I understand. It's appropriate for them to be the ones applying for us since they work for the department that the work is within.
Yes.
Okay, fine, thank you.
Yep, of course. With that, I'll ask if there's any new business that we need to discuss at this meeting. Okay. As a reminder, we are on a break until our Monday, January 6th meeting. So everyone stay safe, don't make any poor decisions. And with that,
Motion to adjourn.
entertain a motion to adjourn, great.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night.
You ha-